Hello, so I'm going to make a video telling you how to use Microsoft Teams to record your own video. And this may be useful if you need to make a presentation for somebody else to see. Okay. The reason for using Microsoft Teams is that it produces a video that is relatively small in size and is easy to upload to Moodle. Now, some people have been using their iPhones to make a video selfie. The problem with that is that many people don't know how to set or reduce the resolution on their phones. So what happens is you get a really massive video that ends up being almost a gigabyte in size, and that is very difficult to upload to Moodle. So you have to find another solution like uploading to YouTube or WhatsApping the video to reduce the size. But let's take a look at Microsoft Teams because I think it's the easiest solution. Okay, so in order to get to Microsoft Teams, the easiest thing to do is use your John Cabot account, because all of our John Cabot accounts have been linked to Microsoft Teams. Okay, so you can either go onto the Microsoft Teams website or you can go through your email. Okay, so everybody should know how to go onto their email. Once you're in your email, go in here into the apps, and you should find Microsoft Teams. Okay, once you click on that, just give it a second to load here. Just pause it for a second. So that took a little while to load, but finally we're here inside Teams. And I want to mention a couple things that could possibly happen to you. So the first thing is you may not be able to get it to load, and may say something that you need to set your browser to allow third-party apps or something like that. If you get an error of that type, it might be because you have some sort of ad blocker. So ad block or ghostery or something like that will prevent Microsoft Teams from loading up. So you might have to pause that for the moment so that you can get to load up. Another thing that might happen is we've noticed that on Firefox, Microsoft Teams doesn't work very well, and there are some things missing. So there should be a button right here that's missing. So if you're going to use Microsoft Teams, the web version of Microsoft Teams, you should try to use Google Chrome or Edge, and I'll show you what Edge looks like. So here on Edge, you can see that I do have, in fact, that button Meet Now. Okay, so we are talking about the web version. So right now, we're using Microsoft Teams inside the browser. This being the Edge browser, and this one over here being the Firefox browser, the one that doesn't work very well. What I prefer is to actually use the desktop version. So that means actually downloading Microsoft Teams and installing it on your computer. And you can always get that at the bottom here, download the desktop app. Now, why would you want the desktop app? It does include some extra functionality that the web version doesn't have. For example, when you do make a recording, I believe that the web app doesn't allow you to share your desktop, whereas the desktop app actually allows you to share your desktop. So you can go ahead and download that. So I've already downloaded it, and I'll actually open it up from my desktop for you to see. Okay, so I've downloaded it, and it's here. So open that. Okay, hopefully it opens up quickly this time. Okay, so this is the actual desktop app. So you can actually see there's no other browser windows like on the other one where I have no other web pages. So that's inside my web. So since I have it here, I'm actually just going to close this browser. Just prevent confusion here. Also, you can see in my Firefox here I have a bunch of other stuff. Maybe I'll change that as well. Okay, so here I am using the desktop app that I've downloaded and installed, and now it's opened, and you can see it here. And the way to make a recording is what you need to do is you need to start a meeting. Now, this meeting isn't with anybody. This meeting is just going to be with yourself, okay? So all these things on here, the only one that you need to worry about is going into the calendar, and what you want to do is you just want to meet now. Okay? Meet now. So a meeting with yourself, as you can see. If you got a webcam, you can see yourself. Hello. Okay, and we're just going to join this meeting. And basically, I'm the only person joining this meeting. You can see right here, Kison. is in this meeting. Okay, if you want to hang up the meeting, you can, but I'm not going to hang up. We're in this meeting, and this meeting has been going on for 10 seconds or so. Okay, it's not actually recording right now. If you want to record something, you can just go here and start recording. And this would be if you're doing like a presentation or something like that. If for teachers, when we're doing a lesson, we start recording and we give our lesson. For students, if you need to make a presentation for your professor, you would start recording and start presenting. Okay, so start recording, and that should turn red. And hello, welcome to my presentation. Today I'm presenting about global warming and yada yada yada. Okay, once you're done your presentation, or not yet, you're not done your presentation. Let's do some other cool stuff. So let's say during my presentation I want to show like a file, or I want to show a PowerPoint, or I want to show my desktop. So I can go here, share, and you can see the various options here. Whiteboard, where you can actually do some drawing if you really want. You can share a PowerPoint, or you can share your desktop or one of the windows. Okay, so I'll just show you desktop, for example. So if I share my desktop, you can see this is my desktop, and you can open up different files. So I can open up my file manager, and you can see my files here, and I can open up stuff. So it's just basically sharing your desktop so that whoever you're presenting to can see what you're doing. I don't know how useful that will be in your presentation. I don't know if you're going to be using a PowerPoint. You can open up a PowerPoint from your documents or wherever. Okay. If not, then all you need to do is just, if you want to turn off your sharing of your desktop, it's right here, stop sharing. So if you don't need to do that, and you're just doing a presentation where you're just talking and you're just showing your face, okay, then you don't need to worry about that. But if you do need to share something, there it is, okay? Microphone and camera options, okay? So once you are done your presentation, just go in here and stop recording, okay? And there you go. And it says that the recording is being saved. And where do I access my recording? I can just go into the chat here. Okay, once I go into the chat, I find this meeting that was with myself. It says recording has stopped, saving. Okay, so depending on how big the video is, it will save there. And we might have to wait for a bit. Okay, so that took a little while, but once it's ready, you'll see here in the chat, your meeting with yourself, recording is ready. Okay, you'll see it right here. Okay, and is you can actually go and open up Microsoft Stream, and from there you can actually download the video. Okay, so you get here, you can see your video, and then if you want to download it, just go down here and you have these options to download your video. After downloading it, you can then upload the downloaded video to Moodle.